Welcome to my channel. I hope today's story will be something you truly enjoy. Please support me even more. Now, let's begin the story.
I just kicked off my heels and sank into the sofa when the doorbell exploded 7 p.m. on a Friday. I'm Marley Quinn, and that morning I'd reread the promotion email for the 10th time. Marketing director, $280,000 a year. Finally, some peace. Bam, bam, bam. The door shook. Through the peephole, my lazy brother pounding like he owned the place. Mom cooing, "Marley, sweetie, let us in." Dad staring at his shoes. My brother snarled, "Living large alone, huh? Hand over the cash." I knew this script. I still had the old restraining order just in case. Silent, I slid the yellow envelope from my bag and cracked the door. Their eyes locked on the court stamp inside. Dead silence. If your family ever showed up demanding your paycheck instead of congratulations, smash that like button and subscribe. Part 2 drops tomorrow. They still crowded the wooden hallway, motion light flicking on. Knox shoved forward, first shoulder slamming the frame. 40 grand, Marley. Now. 20 for my online poker debts, those sharks don't wait. The other 20's the down payment on the RV Dad's been eyeing at the dealership off I-84. Dave shuffled behind him, hands jammed in his jeans pockets. "It's our retirement dream," he muttered, eyes fixed on the welcome mat. 30-footer slide-outs, the works. We could finally hit Yellowstone. Ellen squeezed between them, voice syrupy. "After everything we sacrificed, raising you, sleepless nights, dance classes, braces. You owe us this, honey." The words hit like old bruises. 4 years ago, right after college graduation, Knox had pried open the safe in the garage of our old split level in Meridian. $5,000 gone, cash I'd saved from summer internships. Ellen had shrugged it off the next morning. He was just borrowing for gas. Boys will be boys. I didn't answer. My thumb hovered over the phone screen, emergency call, pre-dialed, finger ready. "The old restraining order's still active," I said, voice flat. One more step and I hit send. Knox snorted, breath reeking of cheap energy drink. "Paper doesn't scare me." "You think cops care about family business?" Ellen's eyes narrowed behind her smile. She lifted her phone, flash popping through the chain lock. "Say cheese, Marley. The cousins need to see how you treat your parents." Click. Click. She typed faster than I'd ever seen, thumbs flying. Within seconds, my phone buzzed in my pocket, group chat notification. I didn't need to look. The preview showed the photo, me in the doorway. Face half-shadowed, caption already live. "Marley refuses to help mom and dad, heartless." Dave finally glanced up, face flushed. "We're not leaving empty-handed." Knox kicked the baseboard, paint chipping. "Clock's ticking, sis. Those card sites add interest daily." I held the phone higher, screen glowing, redial. "Leave. Or explain to Boise PD why you're violating a court order." Ellen tucked her phone away, smile gone. "You'll regret this." She turned heels, clicking down the shared walkway. Dave trailed her like a shadow. Knox lingered longest, knuckles white on the railing. "This ain't over." The motion light timed out. Darkness swallowed them. Old Mr. Bill from Unit 3 poked his head out, silver hair wild. "Everything okay over there?" "Marley, sounded like a darn rally." I forced a nod. "Just family stuff. Thanks for checking." He disappeared inside. I slid the deadbolt chain rattling into place. Leaning against the door, I listened to their footsteps fade toward the parking lot. 3 sets, uneven rhythm. Knox's heavy stomp. Ellen's sharp taps, Dave's reluctant drag. My pulse slowed, but the knot in my stomach tightened. 4 years since the safe, since I'd moved out and sworn distance. They'd found the salary bump on LinkedIn, public profile, stupid mistake. 40,000 wasn't pocket change. It was the exact buffer I'd built for a down payment on this bungalow. My first real home, not a rental, not shared walls with their chaos. I set the phone on the entry table screen still open to 911. The group chat kept pinging cousins I hadn't spoken to in years, piling on heart emojis under Ellen's post. Aunt Linda, so sad. Cousin Jake. Ungrateful much, I muted it. The silence felt heavier than the shouting. Knox's voice echoed in my head, those sharks don't wait. He'd always gambled, starting with fantasy football in high school, escalating to offshore sites by 25. Ellen enabled every excuse. Dave just wanted the RV to escape the arguments, the overdue bills, the life they'd let slide. I walked to the kitchen, poured a glass of water, hands steady now. The bungalow's quiet wrapped around me, hardwood cool under bare feet, the faint scent of the lavender candle I'd lit that morning. My space. My rules. But the photo was out there. The demand was public. And Knox never bluffed when money was on the line. I set the glass down untouched. Tomorrow the office would see the fallout. Sawyer already followed half the family on social. Victor hated distractions. HR forms waited in my inbox like landmines. They thought 40 grand would fix their mess. They were wrong. But they weren't done. Monday morning, my phone buzzed with a text from Grandpa George. The message glowed. Your mom sent a photo. Says you won't give money. Explain, kid. George had always been my anchor, Dad's father. 78 hands scarred from decades wrenching engines at the old Ford garage on Fairview. He'd let me hand him tools under lifted hoods, taught me torque specs before algebra. When Ellen grounded me for backtalk, he'd sneak me to Dairy Queen. I dialed. Marley. His voice gravelly from years of shop dust. Grandpa, she's twisting everything. Pause. Wind chimes clinked on his porch. I'm staying out of it. Click. I set the phone face down. The group chat detonated, notifications stacking like bricks. Ellen's post topped the pile, my doorway silhouette, chain lock glinting. Caption: daughter abandons parents facing foreclosure. Send prayers. Reactions flooded. Cousin Mia slapped a crying emoji. Uncle Ray bloods thicker than bonuses. Knox unleashed next. A Reels clip pinged my feed, me striding to the Subaru at dawn, backpack swinging. His voiceover dripped venom, big sis banks millions, little bro sleeps on floors. Real classy. Views spiked past 300. Strangers piled on spoiled exec. Karma incoming. I flipped open my laptop at the breakfast bar, mug steaming untouched. Slack lit up. Sawyer weird email just hit my inbox. Forwarding now. Subject: emergency. Marley Quinn denies aid to hospitalized father. Sender: random string of numbers. Body: dad collapsed at home. Sister Marley, fancy new director, refuses help. Share far. Attached: grainy wristband photo clearly lifted from a stock image. Sawyer had hit reply all to the marketing list before spotting the fake. I traced the breach. My LinkedIn still public bio bragging the promotion. Knox had screenshotted the company team page, scraped every domain address. Classic. Victor's invite landed 1:12 p.m. No agenda. The reels crossed 2,000 views. An old coworker from my internship days messaged, "That video reel, call me." I ignored. Ellen doubled down in the chat, prayer hands emoji, then a GoFundMe link titled, "Save the Quinn Home." Goal 60,000. George texted again. "Your dad says the bank's calling notes." Nothing more. By lunch, the reel's comments turned brutal. Anonymous accounts: corporate witch. Hope her bonus chokes her. Sawyer rang. I'd quarantine the email, but the thread's viral internally. Victor's EA flagged it for HR review. I told her to loop Claire from legal. Hung up. Opened the chat one final time. Ellen had pinned her post, added a poll. Should Marley support her parents? 82%. Yes. I tapped block chat. Silence crashed in. But the damage spread. The reels looped. And George's neutrality cut deepest. 2 days later, a thick envelope sat on the mat. I nudged it with my toe. Manila, no return address, postmarked Boise. Inside: court summons from Dave and Ellen Quinn. Claim $60,000 for ongoing family support plus interest. Attached 3 forged receipts tuition payments from Boise State. My name typed in Comic Sans dates matching semesters I'd funded with scholarships and part-time barista shifts. I photographed every page under the kitchen light, emailed the zip file to Claire. Subject: they filed. Her reply pinged back. Expected. Discovery starts now. Don't respond directly. Sleep came shallow. At 6:12 a.m. the doorbell camera buzzed motion alert. I check the app, empty porch. Unlock the door. Red spray paint dripped down the front panel, pay up or die in jagged caps. The screen door hung slashed mesh curling like ribbon. A sticky note clung to the knob. Mai si hoi han Vietnamese. For you will regret Ellen's petty flourish from her nail salon gossip circle. I stepped back inside, pulse steady but loud. Snapped more photos, uploaded to a cloud folder labeled Evidence. By 8, Mr. Hargrove, the bungalow manager who'd walked me through the lease 18 months ago, knocked. Balding clipboard in hand, he surveyed the damage. Marley, this violates HOA Code 14B, 30 days to repair or the board votes non-renewal. He handed over the violation notice stamped in red. I nodded. Understood. Police report filed, security already called it in. He glanced at the graffiti. Sheriff's en route for fingerprints. Claire rang while I brewed coffee. They're pressuring you to settle out of court, scare tactics 101. Classic before mediation. I poured a mug, steam fogging my glasses. The receipts are laughable. My actual transcripts show 0 parental contributions. Perfect. We'll counter with bank records. Pause. Move anything sensitive off-site. Safe deposit box today. I drove to First Interstate Bank after work. The vault smelled of polished metal. Box 217, my name etched on the brass plate. I slid in the original tuition statements, scholarship letters, the old safe-breaking police report from Meridian PD. Locked it. Key on my chain. Back home, I scrubbed paint with industrial remover from the hardware store. Red bled into pink, then gray streaks. The screen door needed full replacement, ordered online delivery tomorrow. HOA group text buzzed. Vandalism update, cameras caught a hooded figure at 5:47 a.m. No plates. Neighbors offered paint tools, casseroles. I accepted the paint, declined the rest. Claire forwarded the plaintiff's disclosure list, Dave's RV brochure circled in red, Ellen's emotional distress diary entries, Knox listed as witness despite the RO. I printed, highlighted, annotated. The $60,000 matched their GoFundMe goal, coincidence erased. Sheriff's deputy stopped by dusk. Took statements, dusted the sticky note. Print smudged, but we'll run what we can. Night fell. I installed a ring spotlight, motion triggered. Tested it, harsh white beam swept the lawn. Claire's final text, hearing scheduled 3 weeks out. Stay frosty. I locked the new deadbolt chain extra tight. The bungalow smelled of fresh paint and solvent. My space under siege, but still mine. A week later, Claire called during lunch break. Emergency filing, she said, voice clipped over speaker. Ellen petitioned for incapacity determination, claims you're mentally unfit. Demands psych eval. Judge granted ex parte. Tomorrow, 8 a.m. Dr. Lee's office downtown. I pushed salad aside. Grounds affidavit swears lavish spending, isolation, paranoia. Classic control grab. Next morning, I entered the sterile suite, beige walls, abstract prints. Dr. Lee, mid-50s, wire rim glasses, greeted with a firm handshake. 5 hours, Marley. Standardized tests, interview, observation. Session 1, ink blots. What do you see, bat? Then butterfly. No hesitation. Session 2, memory recall, digit spans, word lists. I nailed them. Session 3, personality inventory, 200 true-false. I often feel others control my thoughts. False. Lunch break, vending machine sandwich. Dr. Lee observed from afar. Session 4, clinical interview. Family relationships estranged. History of financial exploitation. I recited facts, no tears. Session 5, stress simulation, hypothetical crises. I prioritized, delegated, stayed calm. Dr. Lee closed her notebook. Report in 3 days. I left drained but intact. Back at the bungalow, I watered the new sod mind racing scenarios. 3 days later, email from Claire attached eval results. Conclusion: no evidence of cognitive impairment, mood disorder, or incapacity. Ms. Quinn demonstrates high executive function. Relief flooded short-lived. That evening, unknown number texted saw the lawsuit on Boise Weekly Forum. Mom lied about tuition too. J. Jenna. My older sister vanished at 18 after Ellen forged her signature on a car loan. Portland address 10 years silent. I replied, proof files flooded in 7 photos. Casino receipts, Bellagio dates overlapping my junior year. Totals 18,000. One selfie, Ellen at roulette chips stacked grin-wide. Jenna added, she told you she paid Boise State. I found these in her old email backup. I forwarded everything to Claire, witness gold. I'll schedule remote testimony. Jenna's credible blood relative, no stake. Claire filed motion to admit Jenna's evidence, requested expedited hearing. Judge set date Thursday next week. I stared at the roulette photo. Ellen's manicured hand on red. Same semester, I'd worked doubles at the campus pub. Jenna texted again. I left because of her lies. Sorry it took this. No apology needed. Ammunition delivered. Claire prepped Zoom logistics. Jenna in Portland, sworn in remotely. Dr. Lee's report attached as Exhibit A. The incapacity claim crumbled on paper. Court would bury it. Thursday the following week, small Boise courtroom. The room smelled of lemon polish and old paper. Fluorescent tubes buzzed overhead. 12 spectator seats empty save for Claire and me on the defense bench. Ellen occupied plaintiff table in a slate gray cardigan, pearls tight at her throat. Dave hunched beside her, flannel sleeves, rolled eyes locked on the grain of the wood. Judge Harlan strode in, robe swishing. Mid-60s, salt and pepper beard trimmed sharp. Matter of Quinn, incapacity. Remote witness ready, court tech tapped keys. Wall monitor flickered to life. Jenna centered the frame, Portland apartment bookshelves behind her. Jenna Quinn duly sworn. Claire clicked the projector remote. Exhibit A filled the screen. 7 Bellagio receipts, dates bolded. Miss Quinn, walk us through these charges. Jenna's voice steady. Mother told Marley she covered junior year tuition. These totals, 18,000, exactly hit roulette tables the same 2 weeks. Chips, not textbooks. Ellen's fingers twisted the cardigan hem. Dave's shoulders curved inward. Claire advanced slides. My U.S. bank statements, green highlights on every transfer. Defendant self-funded 100% of Boise State costs. 0 parental contributions. Judge Harlan adjusted glasses, pages rustling. Mrs. Quinn, your sworn statement claims direct tuition payments. Explain the discrepancy. Ellen stood, voice cracking. It was intended as a family contribution. Later. Words tangled. Dave nudged her elbow. She batted it away. Claire pressed. Plaintiff submitted 3 forged receipts, Comic Sans font, no official seals. We request dismissal and sanctions for bad faith. Opposing counsel rose, tie crooked. Your Honor, emotional distress. Harlan raised a palm. Distress doesn't fabricate documents. Gavel cracked. Petition denied. He inked the order. Defendant awarded attorney fees, $20,000 payable within 30 days. New no-contact order issued. Dave and Ellen Quinn prohibited within 500 feet of Marley Quinn for 5 years. Sheriff to serve. Ellen's gasp sliced the quiet. Dave's head dropped to his hands. Bailiff intoned, all rise. Claire gathered folders. I clutched the certified copies, ink still wet. In the hallway, Knox loitered by the vending machines, hoodie shadowing his face. 2 deputies intercepted before he reached the door. Restraining order violation, sir. Hands where we can see them. Knox protested, volume climbing. She's my sister. One deputy keyed the radio. The other steered him toward the exit stairwell. His glare burned through the glass panel, then disappeared down the steps. Sunlight hit the courthouse lawn maples, dropping gold leaves in slow spirals. Claire snapped her briefcase shut. You defended yourself in the end. I breathed deep, lungs finally unclenched. Victory stamped, sealed, delivered. 8 months later, I twisted the hose nozzle in the new backyard. Water arced over the apple sapling I'd planted in spring, roots now gripping Idaho soil. The bungalow behind me gleamed fresh paint, no red streaks, no slashed screens. My promotion to VP hit last quarter, 320,000 base, leading the Digital Innovation Committee. Boardroom views replaced pantry whispers. Knox vanished from Boise entirely. Last sighting, a cousin's Facebook post tagging him in Reno couch surfing with poker buddies. No forwarding address, no calls. Dave and Ellen liquidated the RV at a Nampa lot, 30-footer, gone for half Blue Book to cover the 20 grand sanction. They checked into the Starlight Motel off Chinden, weekly rates, neon vacancy sign flickering permanent. A plain envelope arrived mid-July, George's shaky script on the front. Inside, single-sheet fountain pen ink. Granddaughter, I don't grasp all the details, but I trust you did right. Stay strong. George, no PS. No return needed. Radio silent since. Jenna mails a Christmas card every December. Portland postmark, simple Hallmark verse, her signature only. No phone number, no updates. I tape it to the fridge beside committee agendas. Sunset painted the stucco wall gold hose spray, catching light in tiny rainbows. I coiled the green line hands, dirt-streaked, satisfied. The committee launched our first app last month, million downloads, stock bump. Victor toasted at the offsite Marley's vision. No family group chats, no surprise knocks, no demands. I control the narrative now, chosen routes, deliberate growth. The apple tree will bear fruit in seasons I decide. Zero contact, zero reconciliation.